Hi there, my name is Fiona from Physio on a Roll. I'm going to take you through an advanced exercise routine today that will use a roller, it will use a ball, it will use weights, it will use a band. Okay, it's a mixed bag of exercises today. Some are quite challenging, some are a little bit easier so that you're not too overwhelmed. Any of the exercises that you see you'll find on the website. You can go and look them up for specific tips if I didn't give you enough information within the video. Anyhow, enjoy. Feet hip width apart, knees soft, tummy's on, arms by your sides. Okay, little tuck on your chin, gently drop that chin towards the chest, let the ear drop over to one shoulder. Okay, we're going to stretch from the opposite shoulder all the way down to your fingertips, palm to the floor. Gently turn that chin to the armpit and relax. Okay, chin to the chest again, ear tilts to the other shoulder. Let's stretch from the opposite shoulder all the way down to your fingertips, palm to the floor. Again, turning the chin and relax. Okay, link your fingers, breathing in, lift those arms up, breathe out, tilt, and then come back up. Let's do the same to the other side. And come back up. Alright, let's drop the arms down, lift the elbows up. So again, make sure that your shoulder blades are drawn down and back. We're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch that arm around, turn the palm over, bring your arm back. Good. Again, breathing in, breathing out, stretch that arm around, keep the hip bones pointing straight ahead, turn the palm over, bring the arm back. Good, and relax. Okay, piece of wall or a lounge or something nearby, hands about shoulder height, 1 foot behind you, heel flat on the floor, leaning in. Keep that back knee straight first of all, and then bend the back knee. That'll give you just a stretch a little bit lower down in the calf and into the Achilles. Alright, let's swap to the other side. So heel flat, leaning in, back knee straight. It's almost like you're pushing a wall over. And then bend the back knee. Okay, and relax. Alright, so stay beside your wall or your table and just stretch the front of the thigh. So you can hang on initially and then see if you can let go and not overbalance. So weight into the heel of the leg that you're standing on, slight bend in the knee, and that will help you to turn on your bottom muscles. Make sure you're getting that stretch at the front of the thigh. Think about whether your pelvis is level or whether you're dropping on one side or the other. Okay, and then we're going to swap. Okay, so hang on if you need to get that foot up. Okay, slight bend in the knee of that standing leg, weight into your heel if you can. Make sure you're getting the stretch in the thigh. Good, and relax. Okay, so we're going to start with one weight today. So pick up your one weight. Now, if you normally use 2 weights, you could alternate between those 2 weights. And what we're going to start off with is a sumo squat. So feet wide, so feet are wider than knees are wider than hips. Okay, we're going to lift the arm out in front and the other hand's going to be on your hip. Okay, so we're going to do this action. I want you to keep your weight below shoulder height. Okay, we're going to do 10 lifts. Now, if the forward flexion is too much, I want you to do a bicep curl instead, okay? Or you could alternate, okay? Which is maybe a bit too much for this time in the morning, but see how you go. If you can, just go with the arm lifting out in front. All right. I'm going to say I've got one more. All right, and so then we'll swap. Okay, so weight in the other hand, hand on the hip, lifting out in front. 10. Okay, we're going to leave that weight in your left hand. We're going to go into a lunge position. So right foot in front, left foot behind. So you can just be in a lunge, in a step stance type position, or you can sink right down. So the lower you are down in your lunge, the harder your legs will work. So we're going to lift out to the side and back. Again, we're just doing 10. Quite a bit of balance involved in this one, so think about whether your tummy is helping you out or not. Okay. Weight into that front heel. And don't lift your weight higher than 90 degrees. And 10. Okay, swap your legs over. I'll give you a front view this time. So left foot in front, right foot's behind. Okay, shoulders are over hips. And then lift out to the side and back. Your other hand can be on your hip, or it can just be beside you. Okay, you don't want to feel anything in your neck. Keep weight into that front heel. Should be no knee pain either. Alright, and I'm going to say that that's 10, okay? And then the last one, and we're going to do these 3 exercises 3 times through, is we're going to hold a sumo squat down there. So sink down into your sumo squat. We're going to hold that position. So put weight into your heels. You'll feel your bottom working. You're going to do bicep curls here. So just 10. Just relax your neck. Okay, swap over to the other side. I'll give you a view of what I look like side on. So I'm sinking down into my sumo squat. My feet are out at 11 and 1. And if you look, my shoulders in the side on view are in front of my hips. So my bottom is really working. And my upper arm is relatively still. 10. Okay, I'm going to call that 10. Come back up. Alright, so we've done 1 round. We're going to do that all again. So back into your sumo squat. You can go quite wide with your legs. It will give you more range, okay? And I'm starting with the weight in my right hand. So hand on my hip. Off we go. 10 lifts. Again, if this is getting too hard or you can feel your neck working, I want you to change it for a bicep curl, or you could just lift without a weight. And when you've done 10, swap over to the other hand. One more. Okay, so now we're going into a lunge. So I'm going to stay front on for you this time. Okay, my right leg's in front, the weight is in my left hand, and we're going to lower down, lift out to the side. Again, hand on the hip. Now anything we do with a single weight in your arm challenges your core muscles, okay, because they're trying to keep you balanced. One more. Okay, and swapping over, left foot in front, right foot behind. Again, reasonable distance front and back. Shoulders are over hips, weight into my front heel. Hand on your hip or beside you. And again, change the range of the arm lift. If you're finding that you're getting any shoulder pain or neck pain, do a smaller range. So just come out a little way, or you could just keep the arms still by your side. Okay, it's not going to challenge your core quite so much. So the arm lift out to the side is the hardest option. and I'm going to call that 10, okay, and then we're back into that sumo squat that we're holding down, okay, so sink down into it, think about pressure into your heels, bicep curl. Alright, swap it over, try not to come up if you possibly can. Keep pushing into those heels. There should be no knee pain. Good job. Come up for a second, okay? And we've got one more round to go. So I'm going to put my weight back into my right hand. Remember, if you need to, you can just drop the weight for this last round, or you can do a bicep curl. But off we go. So lifting out in front for 10 reps. Weight into your heels. Make sure you're breathing. Alright, swap it over. Keep the shoulder blade on. One more. Alright, I'm going to go for a side on position this time. So my right foot in front, my left foot behind. I'm keeping the weight in my left hand. Okay, my shoulders are over my hips, weight into my front heel. My feet are hip width apart. Off we go again, 10 lifts. And the lower down you go, the harder your leg's going to work. Quite a bit of balance involved in this one. Alright, swap it over, so legs change, weight into the other hand, again, reasonable distance front and back, okay, out to the side. No knee pain. Last one. Good, okay. And I'll stay side on for the last one, which is the static sumo squat. So you're going to sink down, push into those heels, okay, bicep curls. 10 each side. And swap it over. You'll feel your inner thighs working, you should feel your bottom working. Good job. Alright, come back up. Alright, let's just pop our weight down. Let's just walk our legs out a little bit of a walk on the spot. Okay, and we might go to, we use the roller. We're going to do a push up on the wall. Okay, so find a piece of wall. We want to have hands wide on the roller. We want to have feet hip width apart. We're going to set our shoulder blades, tuck our chin, and we're going to do 12 push-ups, okay? Now the roller means that you'll go closer to the wall than you would with a ball, okay? Make sure that you're not letting your tummy sag. And 12, okay. Stand your roller upright, okay, and then let's do a pec stretch. So, piece of wall that you're near, hang on to a corner, bend your knees, walk your feet around. You want to get that nice stretch from chest into shoulder. Alright, and relax. Do the other side. Okay, so hang on to a corner, bend your knees, walk your feet around underneath you. And that should, again, moderate stretch where your shoulder and arm meets your trunk. Alright, and relax. Okay, so let's grab that roller again, and we're going to go into a step stance position again. This one's probably a favourite of mine because it's a really good balance challenge. Alright, so we want feet again, hip width apart. You're going to pop the roller out in front. Now, the harder you work depends on how low you are down in that lunge. Okay, so sink down low if you want to work the legs a little bit harder. Push into the front heel. Keep the heel lifted on the back foot, okay? And you're going to keep your pelvis pointing straight ahead, hands below shoulder height, and we're going to rotate. So you're thinking somewhere between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock if you think of a clock face, okay? So I want you to keep rotating, make sure you're breathing. We're going to do 5 each side, and you will wobble, okay? That's entirely normal, okay? If you can, a little pause at each point, and your head can follow your hands, or you might just keep looking straight ahead. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's 5. So let's swap the legs over, okay? Other foot behind you, okay? So take your time with your setup. You want to have shoulders over hips, bend the back knee. Now if you get any knee pain, you could just stay in a step stance position. But again, working those legs harder, sink down. Okay, arms out in front. The straighter your elbows, the harder your tummy is going to work. So if your neck is not happy with those outstretched arms, bend your elbows. Do it with a shorter lever, okay? Loads of options. Okay. Again, we want to do 5 each side. And you should feel that you're a little bit wobbly through your legs from all the previous leg work that we've done. And now we're holding a sustained position. So you should feel your bottom on the front leg and a bit in the thigh on the back leg. Alright, I'm pretty sure that that's 5 each side. Alright, we're going to go to the ball next. Okay, so bring your ball in. Okay, we're going to put tummy on the ball on the floor, which I know isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it is a good exercise. Okay, so if you've just had a coffee, you're probably not going to thank me. Alright, I just had a coffee too, so it's all good. Alright, hands underneath your shoulders, okay? Feet are on the floor. I want you to think about your alignment of your head, okay? We're going to lift out opposite arm, opposite leg, okay? And then we're going to take them on a diagonal. So think of that clock face again. So I'm thinking 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, back to the center, down to the floor. Hand directly underneath my shoulder, again lifting out, diagonal. This time I'm 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock, back to the center, down to the floor. Alright, same again on the right and the left leg, center, down to the floor. We're going to do 3 each side. So you should really feel that in your bottom when you do the diagonal. This is the last one. Back down, and the last one on the other side. Good, and relax. Alright, let's go back into a frog stretch. So push your ball out and sink down towards the floor. Okay. Alright, come back up. Alright, so while we're here, we might do a bottom exercise. Okay, so we're going to push that ball in against our thigh. We're going to drape ourselves over. Okay, hand goes up to support your head. Okay, now you don't want to have pain in your knee. Okay, you should be supported on the ball with your body weight. Your hands supporting your head. You're going to lift that leg. Okay, tilt the little toe towards the ceiling and lift out and back, all right? And that should get you smack bang in the middle of the bottom, all right? Make sure you're breathing. We're going to do about 25 here. Make sure that you've got length through your torso. Make sure that, as I said, your body weight's supported by that ball. Doesn't have to be a big range of movement, all right? And I'm going to do a couple more. All right, and bringing my leg down. All right, let's swap over to the other side. It's on the outside of the ball, okay? And you drape yourself over the top. So you push in, drape, just there, all right. Make sure that your knee is comfortable, okay? Hand supports the head, you can have a little tuck in the chin, slightly tilt the pelvis forward, twist the leg back, all right, and bang. As soon as you start moving, you should be feeling that you're working that glute. And it does feel like it's working. All right, so keep breathing, keep length in the leg, and again, about 25 reps. Do 5 more. Right, and relax. Okay, we're going to do arm back, and you walk through on the ball, okay, and then slide the feet down, okay. So, hands are wide, okay, knees pointing to the floor, set your shoulder blades, and then you stretch out and come back. Now, hopefully, my alignment is good. Do 10. Alright, and then come back down. Alright, we're going to go to some sit-ups next. Let's use the ball and go to some sit-ups now. So generally I like sit-ups with a band around the head, just because head and neck are supported and you get a better sit-up. Okay. So we're going to do sit-ups with the ball. So when we put the band around the head, we pull, and this is a heavy resistance band, we pull quite hard so that we've got firm support of the band around our head. Now our elbows are slightly bent, okay? If my head's back on the floor and I lift it slightly, I can let my head totally relax in the band. So palms need to be facing each other, wrists are straight, and hands are shoulder width apart. And then we think about the tummy, so you want to draw the belly button in a little, okay, and lift rib cage to belly button. And we're going to do 20. And I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in as I come back down. It's a really nice way to do a sit-up because you tend to not be overusing those surface neck muscles. And my lumbar spine is happy and my neck is happy. I'm getting a bit of a triceps workout doing it this way, and I might slow down a little bit. Now you've got to keep remembering to keep those wrists straight and the palms facing each other. I'm going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, and have a little break. Okay, so just put your feet on the front of the ball and do a little rock from side to side while you're having a bit of a break. Okay, let's bring that ball back in. Okay, we're going to do some obliques. So similar positioning with your band. Okay. Pulling quite hard, it needs to be flat around the back of the head. Okay, this time we're going to go diagonally off to the side, and we're going to repeat it. So I'm going to do 15. 15. Alright, coming back, other side. So keep those wrists nice and straight, palms facing each other. Slow lift up, slow back down. This is number 10, 5 to go. So you should have quite a bit of a burn in the tummy. One more. 15. Okay, so let's drop the burn for the moment. We're going to go on a roller in a sec, and then we will actually do one more set of crunches, really, more than sit-ups. Okay. But now we're going to work our tummy, but we're going to use our legs to work our tummy. So I want you to put the ball in the air. Now you want your feet directly over your hips, slight bend in your knees, okay? And just in that position, you're going to find your legs are going to be a little bit shaky, okay? Now I want you to bend, well, we might just hang here. So often when I do this in a class situation, I generally get the ball in the air over the body, and you should be able to start to feel your tummy working. Your legs will be working as well, inner thighs in particular. Okay, so we generally hang here for about 30 seconds or so. Okay, and then we're going to bend the knees, bring them in towards your chest, and then go back to where you started. And that movement back is when you're going to feel the contraction in your deep tummy. So we're going to do 10. Make sure you're breathing out as you straighten. 4, 5, quite challenging this one, you don't want any back pain. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, let's pop the ball back down, and we've actually finished with the ball, so I'm just going to put it out of the way. Alright, so pop your roller back on the floor, okay, and you're going to pop on one end, lower yourself down. Okay, so I've got one more set of crunches to do, but we'll go back to legs, doing a bit of a workout on the roller to work your core. So feet and knees hip width apart, a couple of pelvic tilts to find your neutral position as always, very slight tuck on the chin, and just have a think about what's happening around your rib area. You don't want to feel that you're popping out your ribs. Okay, we're going to start with forearms on the floor, and we're just going to lift a single knee at a time, nice and slowly, putting feet gently back on the floor, just for a couple of reps, just to clear your tummy muscles into what they are going to do next. Alright, so I'm going to do one more on each side. And you don't want to feel that you're squashing your lower back into the roller or that your tummy's bulging when you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to go to elbow support. You could stay still, forearm support on the floor. We're going to lift one leg up, then the second leg up. I'm going to put the first one down, then the second one down. Now you don't want to feel that your tummy is blowing out when that second leg comes off the floor. Okay, so it's a up, up, down, down. Really quite a nice transition, concentrating on not blowing it out. You don't want to be overusing neck and shoulders either. And you shouldn't feel like you're squashing your lower back into the roller to get your second leg off the floor. Okay, I'm going to do 4 more. Should be nice, gentle feet back on the floor. You don't want to dump them or drop them without control. And you should be coming back with your foot in front of your hip. Okay, so we might stay up here now. Okay, I'm going to put my forearms on the floor because this one's a little bit harder. So we want knees over hips, and we're going to do a single leg extension, okay, and lower it, and then come back up. Alright, same on the other side. Alright, so we're going to try 10 on each side. So you can go to just elbow support only, but you will find that you can't not have elbows on the floor. unless you're probably a circus performer. Okay, make sure you're breathing, and you don't want to feel your lower back squashing into that roller or lifting. Again, quite challenging. Shouldn't be any back pain. Neck and shoulders are relaxed, and you're just lowering the legs so that it's parallel with the roller. So I'm not sure how many I've done. I'm going to do 2 more each side. So I can feel my lower tummy working. Shouldn't have any knee pain. If your knees aren't happy, it means that your alignment's not good. Alright, and then we're going to bring the legs back down. Now let's do a big staffy stretch. Stretch the arms and legs out. So that's a nice abdominal series, okay? And you definitely don't want back pain. You go back a step to the previous exercise if you found you had any back pain. Alright, let's bring the arms and the legs back. Alright, and we're going to grab that band again and just do one last set of sit-ups or crunches on top of the roller. So again, my feet and my knees are hip width apart. I'm going to come and pop my band around my head. Now remember, this is a highly resistive band, okay? So you wouldn't do this with your standard red or green one, okay? And you want to have wrist straight, palms facing each other, okay? And again, relax the neck and shoulders, alright? Now, because our feet are on the floor and we're on top of an unstable surface, we're going to get a different crunch to what we were getting before. So as we lift up, we're going to get a lot more lower tummy activity, alright? So I want you to breathe out, breathe in as you lower. And because we're on this roller, I'm getting a nice thoracic spine massage, which I actually really quite like. For some people it might be uncomfortable, okay, because our rollers are very, very hard, okay, but you're getting awesome mobility through your spine as you're lifting up and lowering, okay. So make sure those wrists stay straight, your palms are facing each other, make sure you're breathing out as you lift up. You will feel your tummy contracting. So we're working mostly rectus abdominis, which is your surface abdominal muscle, and we're also getting the deeper layers to work because we're on this unstable roller, so your body is trying to maintain its stability. Our only point of contact is our feet on the floor. Right, I'm going to do 3 more, 2 more, alright, last one, okay. And then we'll drop the band. Alright, so we'll lose the band. Okay, and we will go to one more abdominal exercise, a really nice one, good for shoulders as well. Okay, so we're going to put your left hand in the air over your left shoulder, right knee in the air over the right hip. Okay, when you're in this position, I want you just to have a think about your lower back. It should be in a neutral position. Okay, and then you're going to stretch the arm and leg away. Alright. Now we're just going to do, you could do 10, 15 repetitions. Go nice and slow. Now sometimes you can get your elbow off the floor. Now on this side I can't get the elbow off the floor. On my other side I can get the elbow off the floor. Okay, it depends how fatigued you are, whether you slept well, all sorts of different factors. Alright, and sometimes it takes a few reps. There we go. Before you can get that elbow. Now, if the quality of your movement decreases when you're on the roller and you lift that elbow, put it back on the floor. You're far better to get a nice leg position and arm position than than take your elbow off the floor and be wobbling all over the shop. Alright, I'm going to do 3 more, 2 more, alright. Last one. Okay, so make sure your foot comes back in front of your hip. Make sure the hand is directly over your shoulder again. You can start with your other elbow on the floor and knee over hip. Okay, and off we go again. Okay, and I find I'm really quite stable from the start. Okay, so 15 reps. Alright, and what you'll find is the front of the thigh gets uncomfortable. You want your shoulder to be rolling nicely in its socket, slight tuck on the chin, and all these core muscles are working to keep you stable while you're doing your, it's kind of a modified dead bug if you want to call it something. It's a nice exercise. Alright, a couple more. Alright, last one. Okay, I'm going to do a starfish stretch here as well because it usually feels really, really nice. So breathing in, breathing out and relaxing. Okay, slight tuck on my chin. Alright, I'm going to roll off elegantly, of course, okay, and we might just do a really nice, quick thoracic mobilization here. So hands behind your head, okay, feet and knees hip width apart, and you're just trying to keep your head in line with your body and your chin tucked, and you're massaging over your shoulder blade area. Okay, you're also doing a bit of a bottom exercise because you're squeezing your glutes here. Okay, but again, really nice for the thoracic spine. Alright, and drop my bottom on the floor. Okay, so we're going to do a side plank on a roller now. So, not easy, okay, but really this is where the roller adds a little bit of a challenge to your workout, as if it already hasn't. So, I like straddle legs. Okay, and you want to push the roller down towards the end of the mat. Okay, now sometimes elbows can get uncomfortable. Okay, you might want more padding underneath you. Okay, right. So you want to have ankles. So I've actually got ankles just above my shoes on the roller. Okay, and I'm lining where my big toe and my heel meet with my hip and my shoulder and my ear. Now my elbow is directly underneath my shoulder, okay? And when I say go, I'm going to lift up. And I'm going to hold for about 30 seconds. So we'll go up in 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Okay, and breathe, and hold. And it is harder than it looks, okay? But once you're here, okay, you're really doing a great core workout, and you're getting a really good workout for the lower glute in particular. So keep your shoulder blade engaged and breathe. And we've got about 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down elegantly. All right, we're going to flip over, do the other side. Okay. So same setup. I'm going to push that down. Take your time with the setup. I generally like my top leg to be in front, okay? And you want your elbow again underneath your shoulder. And we'll go down a little bit. And always, before you start, just check your alignment. Because if you're wrong, you're going to actually probably not engage your core as well as you think. Alright, so looking at my little clock here, I'm going to go up in 3, 2, 1. Up you go. Alright, so breathing. Smiling. Alright, so it is harder because your legs are on an unstable surface. Now, as I said before, the lower glute works harder, so squeeze it if you want. Okay, we've got about 10 seconds to go. So keep your shoulder blade on the lower arm and breathe. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Coming down elegantly. Alright, I'm going to move my roller out of the way. We're finished with it. I'm going to do some passive extensions now. Alright, so flat on your floor, on your mat. Hips are going to stay glued to the floor, bottom is relaxed. Feet are about hip width apart, and we're going to push up. Okay, and you're keeping those hips glued to the floor. Try not to let your shoulders go up near your ears. And we're going to do 10. One more. 10. Okay, let's flip over and do some leg stretches to finish off with. Okay, so again, grab that band that you used before. We're going to put it around the ball of your foot. So these heavy resistance bands are useful for a whole stack of things. Okay, so around the ball of my right foot, I'm going to stretch that right foot up towards the ceiling and pull so my elbows are resting on the floor. I've got a slight bend in my knee and I've brought my thigh towards my chest and my neck and shoulders are relaxed here. Okay, we're just going to add in some gentle foot movements, so point the toe towards the ceiling, then back towards your forehead, and this just adds in a little bit of sciatic nerve mobilization. The other term they're using for it at the moment is flossing. Okay, so nerves like to slide and glide through the muscles that they travel in. Okay, so let's put both ends of the band over into your left hand. You're going to lower the leg down, straighten the knee, and then bring it across your body. Okay, and what you're after is stretch on the side of the hip here, which is your TFL and your ITB. Your TFL is your tensor fasciolata and your ITB is your iliotibial band. Okay, let's bend the knee, draw the knee and the foot in towards your left shoulder so you can get a bottom stretch. Okay, that should feel really good. Alright, then we're going to straighten the leg, put the band back into the right hand, right elbow on the floor to hold the weight of the leg so your legs relax, so you're getting a really good stretch in the inner thigh. Alright, just watch what you're doing with the band here, make sure you keep your wrist straight. Alright, let's bring that leg back up and let's swap onto the other foot. So the easiest way to do that is in the air. So again, pull on the ends of the band till your elbows rest on the floor, slight bend in the knee, and just hold that hammy stretch. Again, it should feel really quite nice. Alright, I'm going to point the toe towards the ceiling, back towards your forehead. So just going gently back and forth. Alright, once again, both ends of the band over into your right hand, so the opposite hand to your leg, lower the leg down, straighten the knee, bring it across, okay, elbow resting on the floor. You're going to get the stretch on the outside of the hip. Okay, going to bend the knee, draw the foot in. So now you're getting bottom stretch, which again should feel really, really good. Okay, and then we're going to straighten that leg, swing it out to the side. Now, I've run out of space here because of my wall, but if you find it's uncomfortable, you just bend up the other knee to take any load off your back, okay, and make sure your elbow's on the floor. Okay, and bring that leg back up, take the band off, and we'll just roll onto our sides and do a windmill, and then we're pretty much finished. So, sideline, make sure your knees are in front of your hips. You can use a pillow under your head or not. We're going to slide the top hand over the bottom and bring the arm up and over so that you're getting a big thoracic mobilization. You're also going to get a big stretch in your pec muscles. Okay, feels really nice. Try not to let those knees slide on each other or you will lose some of the thoracic rotation. Now your head can follow your hands or you can look straight ahead, entirely up to you. Alright, with the next one, we're going to hold the outstretched position, so hold it there, breathe in, breathe out, go just a little bit further. Okay, bring the arm back. I'm going to show you the view from the other side. Okay, so pardon the view, but it gives you an idea of what my spine is doing. So my knees are in front of my hips, my arms are stretched out in front, going up, over, and my shoulder blade is heading towards the floor. I've got a bit of a crack in my thoracic spine then, which feels really good. Okay, but you can see the range that I'm getting. Now you may not get that range. Okay, so what you're aiming for is to think about that shoulder blade getting that little bit further each time. And the more mobile your thoracic spine, the better it is for shoulders and necks. I'm going to do 2 more. One, just got another crack. And with this next one, we're going to hold the outstretched position. Breathe in, breathe out, go just that little bit further. Alright, let's bring the arm back. We're going to go all the way up into a kneeling position. Okay, so we're going to put your right leg out in front. Okay, we're going to tighten the tummy, tuck the bottom. Okay, so you're getting a big hip flexor stretch at the front. Let's put your right hand on your right thigh, bring your left arm up, and then tilt. And what you're going to get is a really nice stretch along the side of the trunk there, as well as your hip flexor stretch in the front. Okay, let's bring the arm back. Let's swap over onto the other side. Alright, so tighten the tummy, tuck the bottom, hip flexor stretch, left hand, left thigh, right arm comes up and tilt. And just go where you're comfortable. Don't poke your chin, so chin's a little tucked. Alright, and then coming back up. Alright, I'm going to come up into standing. That's the end of our advanced video. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.